If you clicked on this video, then I'm guessing that you have a problem. You're not the person you want to be, and you're not alone. Just like a lot of people in this world, there always seems to be this persona in our head that we aspire to be, a person that we want to become, a life that we wish we were living. I'm sure you had those dreams, to be the next Beyonce or the next Blackpink member. And it feels like a far-fetched dream, doesn't it? Why is it so hard to become the person that we want to be? Well, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be. While I can't give you a step-by-step guide on how to be the next Beyonce or the next Blackpink member, I can, however, provide you some tips on how to finally step closer to the person that you want to be. It's 2024, let's get into it. First, I want to preface this by saying that the person that you want to become is already you. Everything you desire is already inside of you, and all of the resources that you need to create it are inside of you too. You just need to learn how to be this person. You see, when you look at this person that you want to become as a completely different person, you detach yourself from it, which makes it appear even harder to achieve. The key here is knowing that this person is already you, just a better version. When you approach it with this mindset, you gain an inner power and confidence that it's not impossible to be the person that you want because everything that you need is already within you. So the first step is be honest about who you want to be and not who you should be. A great psychologist named Carl Rogers raised several points for thought. One of them being that everyone almost unconsciously lives their life wearing a mask. These masks function as sort of a social acceptance shield. People wear these masks in hopes of being accepted, welcomed, and liked by others. So what ends up happening is that people wear all these masks and disguises around other people that they hardly recognize who they are anymore. We live our lives so oriented around other people that we tend to forget our true values, dreams, and aspirations. Oftentimes, we think we want to be this person, but in reality, this is just influenced by what people around us told us we should be. For example, when I entered the workforce, I thought I wanted to climb the corporate ladder and be like one of those people you see on the movies working at Wall Street. But years later, I realized that's not the person that I want to become. That's what I saw everyone around me was becoming, so I thought that's what I should be. But deep down, what I really wanted was to start my own business, be in control of my time, and work for myself. I guess what I'm trying to say is beware of this trap. Just make sure that when you're envisioning who you want to become, you work on a version of yourself that truly aligns with your values. Most people work their whole lives trying to become a person that they don't even want to be, checking all of society's boxes, yet none of their own. Don't be that person. Don't listen to what other people want you to be. When you do this, you will always feel unfulfilled because you're not in alignment with who you truly are. It will always feel like there's something more out there for you because the path that you took is one that wasn't meant to be yours. So be very specific about what kind of person you want to be, what they do, and how they act. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Close your eyes and picture yourself living the life of your dreams. How does your dream life look? Do you run your own business or work for your dream company? Do you live in an apartment or a big house? Do you see yourself with kids? Write it all down. Remember that the first step to getting what you want is knowing what you want. Once you already know that, the next step is start showing up as that person through small habit changes. The truth is, it's not rocket science to figure out how to become the person that you want to be. It's as simple as you just have to start acting like them. Make decisions that they would make and do the work that they would do. What's hard and where most people trip up is acting the part. For example, if you've always dreamed of becoming fit and healthy, then you have to embody the traits of a person who is fit and healthy. Go to the gym every day, buy healthy foods, avoid desserts and fast food at all costs. Sounds easy, right? But let's face it, most of us don't want to give up our free time watching Netflix on the couch in exchange for an hour at the gym. We'd rather eat pizza and burgers from our favorite fast food chain than have a salad. Sometimes becoming the person that we want to be is right there in front of our very eyes, but we chose not to because the lifestyle changes that it entails are kind of hard and sometimes even out of our comfort zone. But the reality is there's no other way to become the person that you want to be other than embodying his or her traits. It's as simple as that. So ask yourself, what would they do? You need to get into their mindset. Start making the same choices as they would until you slowly evolve into the same person. If you want to become a person who has a substantial savings in their bank account, what would that person do? Maybe they would choose not to eat out all the time. They would think twice before making a purchase, no matter how big or small. They won't upgrade to the latest iPhone every year. They would live within their means or maybe even below their means. According to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, small habits make a big difference. When becoming the person that you want to be, you don't need to overwhelm yourself. You don't need to make these huge transformational changes. All you need is to improve yourself 1% every day. This may not seem big, sometimes not even noticeable, but the difference a tiny improvement can make over time is outstanding. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get worse 1% each day for 1 year, you'll decline nearly down to 0. So it doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path towards success. Focus on getting better 1% every day. The next step is identify your roadblocks. Take a pen and a paper and make a list of all the obstacles that's preventing you from living the life that you want. When you know what you're up against, it'll be easy to fight it or make solutions for it. A common obstacle to success is self-doubt, which feeds into a vicious cycle of insecurity about your own skill and ultimately leads to self-sabotage. Sometimes there's nothing else holding you back but your own doubts. So what can you do to overcome these? Finding proof of your past accomplishments is an excellent strategy. List all the amazing things that you have accomplished so far. See how far you've come, how much you've changed over the years, whether big or small. I'm sure you will find something in your arsenal. You've probably had one of those moments where someone shows you a picture of you in high school with a cringy pose and an unflattering outfit, and you think to yourself, thank God I don't look like this anymore. Sounds familiar? Well, these are evidences that you've improved, and this alone is an accomplishment. Cringing at your past self is usually a sign that you've already improved for the better. Another thing that could be holding you back are limiting beliefs. These beliefs are often false accusations that you make about yourself that have negative impacts. For example, if you believe that you're not a good public speaker, then you'll probably decline every offer to speak at a public setting. This is because you already have preconceived notions about your speaking ability that limit your potential. You can look at many different examples, but it all boils down to one idea. If you believe that you can never be the person that you want to become, then you're probably right. You're probably never going to be that person because your actions are going to be affected by that belief. Why work on becoming your best self when you think that you're never going to make it anyway? Just like what Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you are right. So how do you overcome all these limiting beliefs? First, take a paper and write them all down. Then challenge them. For example, if you believe that you'll never be able to exercise regularly, challenge that belief. Is this belief really true? What are the supporting facts? Is there evidence counteracting my belief? Is this belief helping me progress towards my goals? Then you have to adopt a new belief. Believe that you are a person who can in fact exercise regularly, then put that belief into practice. Remember what we talk about. Small habits make a huge difference. Maybe start by walking outside 15 minutes twice a week. Keep on doing that until you create a habit. Now you have evidence that you are, after all, a person who can exercise regularly. Sometimes all you need is a proof that your limiting beliefs can be countered. And you can do that by going out of your comfort zone and challenging them. Another example is that for the longest time, my limiting belief is that I cannot be a YouTuber. That belief prevented me from starting this channel for years. Until one day, I just put on my brave face and hit upload. And I thought to myself, well, that wasn't so bad. So now, because I've challenged that limiting belief, I have proof that I can do it after all, and uploading videos won't be the death of me. So I challenge you to do the same. Alright, so now you've identified who you truly want to become, started showing up as him or her, identified the roadblocks, what else can you do? Now, you celebrate the small wins. So often, we're so focused on the end goal that we tend to forget to celebrate the small wins that we accomplish along the way. Why is it so important to celebrate these small wins, you might ask? Well, because this is how you build your self-esteem and your motivation to keep on going. Let me tell you, becoming the person that you want to become is not an overnight thing. This is going to be a long game, and the momentum that you gain from each small success is what will allow you to stay on course toward greater achievements and successes, including achieving your big long-term goals. And no, you don't need a grand celebration every time. All you actually need is self-awareness and a moment to notice and process what it feels like to have actually achieved something. So every time you're having moments of self-doubt or limiting beliefs, come back to these small wins as they are evidences that you're progressing and you've come a long way. What I like to do personally is I create a hype file. I've learned this from Marie Forleo. So basically, you compile in a folder all the compliments and notes of appreciation you've received from people around you. How I did this is I messaged my family and my closest friends and asked them what they liked about me. Then I print screen it and put it in the album. Every time a stranger compliments me online, I save that and put it in the album. If I accomplish a goal, no matter how small, I print screen some kind of proof and put it in the folder. I even include some positive affirmations and motivational quotes I found on Pinterest and put it in the folder. So every time I'm feeling low, I come back to that hype file and literally hype myself up from all the compliments and positive affirmations. You should try it. It works like a charm. Another tip I have for you is make allowances for mistakes. At some point throughout this journey of reinventing yourself and becoming the person that you want to be, you will mess up and make mistakes. Maybe you'll slip up with an old habit that doesn't align with who you want to be. And you know what? That's okay. You're not the only one, and I can bet you almost everyone slips. For example, if you want to become more responsible with your finances and you slip up by making an impulse purchase of new shoes, that's okay. Acknowledge the slip up, identify the reason why it happened so you can prevent it from happening again. Maybe next time go to the mall with an exact list of what you need to buy and bring only the cash for that so you don't get tempted to buy anything else. But the important thing here is to move on from that mistake and keep moving forward. Sometimes what ends up happening is that we give up on a goal right away because we think we've already messed up. There is no point in continuing. For example, you're on a diet and you promise yourself you won't have sweets. You were already doing so well until one day you slip up and eat sweets at a party. So you stop dieting altogether because you think you've already wasted all that progress that you've made. Well, you're wrong. That one mistake, it doesn't erase all the progress that you've made. Keep on going and don't let a few setbacks stop you. Growth is not linear. It doesn't follow a straight line. It's messy. So long as you're making progress on the whole, trust that you're doing just fine. So just keep on going, and I have no doubt in my head that one day you'll wake up and you're finally there. I hope this video helped you. If it did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye! Sylvie says you can do it.